Welcome to the first unboxing video I'll ever do that actually will be about something that vaguely matters. Also known as story time with Jameson. Once upon a time there was a super rad video game called 999 and no one freaking played it. And it sold 5 copies. Then they made a sequel called Virtue's Last Reward, which was also freaking great. And again, no one freaking bought it. And there was never going to be a final game in the trilogy, except then there suddenly was going to be one. And it was called Zero Time Dilemma, and everyone was really excited, but then it came out and it was kind of bad. Anyway, I was one of the people very excited about Zero Time Dilemma, so I pre-ordered it on Amazon. And it was a goddamn disaster getting this watch to go with Zero Time Dilemma, but now I have it in my hands and in this unboxing video that is actually of a thing that is vaguely interesting to people, despite the fact that Zero Time Dilemma was kind of crap and I still have yet to play it for more than about an hour because it was not good in comparison to the other games, but that's alright. I've got a watch. You know, the watch design in Zero Time Dilemma was worse than the other 2 games, but that's fine. We're fine. We got a watch. It's a bonus watch. It's labeled Zero Time Dilemma Bonus Watch New. Isn't that exciting? And it's got instructions. It's got instructions, presumably to set the watch. Oh, does it not come with batteries? It's not actually doing anything. Okay, so here's the watch itself. Oh my god, it is kind of bad. This is the thing that, oh my god. This is the thing that there was a NeoGAF thread on for like a month over the hassle of this thing and how it fucked up all the pre-orders. It's got kind of a rubbery thing, and it's got, oh, there we go. Okay, so there's that plastic thing was not in it. So, oh god, it's really flimsy and weird. So the actual watch thing here is this metal thing. It's got the Axis logo on the back. Can you see that? Here we go, Axis logo. Metal. The actual grip itself is rubber. So I don't know if this is going to be comfortable at all. It feels like it's going to be kind of terrible. It's actually kind of a cool design. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get it to work. And we'll cut to that if I can. So I got the watch to work, and what I will say is that it's surprisingly comfortable. At least so far, the rubber grip, it calls it silicone on the manual, is actually pretty nice, and the watch isn't so hard as to be. It's small enough that it actually works pretty well on your wrist. What I thought was fault in the paint is actually supposed to be there. So it's actually not in a bad condition. It just kind of looks gritty and terrible, thus making it really fit with Zero Time Dilemma, actually. The big problem with this watch is that, and I'm going to take it off real quick to do this so I can do it with one hand in any sort of reasonable fashion. Here you can stare at the thing wiggling. The big problem with this watch is that the buttons do not work worth a damn. The left button feels really loose, and only works about half the time when it's pressed. It's actually working really well right now, so I don't know what I did wrong before. Maybe I did something wrong before, I don't know. But when I was trying to set the watch, it took me a long time to get it to set. But when you press it once, oh, see, look, okay, so it actually did, oh god damn it. Speaking of setting the watch. So basically the buttons are either too sensitive or not sensitive enough, and they seem to flip-flop between them. The right button in particular being super egregious in that regard, where if I press it like once, sometimes the register is pressing, see look, I didn't even press it and now it's going into, this button controls the set mode, and so if something starts flashing, it's registering the right button is being pressed. The left button turns on the display, shows you time, date, and I guess it's seconds. It has a little notch for if it's PM or AM, which is kind of a cute sort of minimalistic way of doing it, I guess. It's, I don't know, I'm hesitant to call it a good watch just because of the strife I was having with the buttons before, and I mean, ultimately, if it's going to be telling the time, it has to be able to come on every time you press this button, and it was not doing that before. It's doing it now. Maybe I finally knocked the buttons into place or something. They do feel slightly less loose now. The right button feels about right, but then I press it once. See, like it just registered 3 clicks, and there's another like 2, and that was multiple clicks. It's very hard to get back out. It's very hard to go through it because it's supposed to be one at a time, like hour, minute, date, see month. It skipped month, and then when I pressed it again, it skipped AM versus PM. So the buttons are not very good. I mean, if you like Zero Time Dilemma, which I don't, this is a nice enough watch, and I'm glad it finally came. So, is what it was. It was free, or I think it was actually ended up being. I don't remember if the special edition was more expensive or less. It wasn't more. This watch didn't cost more than $5 or $10 if it did cost any at all. I'm glad it finally came. It's a shame that it affected anything. It's a shame that I didn't like Zero Time Dilemma all that much. Maybe I'll go back to it and finish it, and it'll be better. But I kind of doubt it. Anyway, maybe I'll probably wear this a couple times. It's a cute novelty, if nothing else. That's this. It's a watch. I wish I had gotten the 999 watch instead.